Welcome to GISTUBE TV, your home for everything entertainment. We bring celebrity lifestyle news, happenings across the world. We bring to you social events, anything at all that interests you. You're going to find it on this channel. Just go through our content. You will become glued. I promise you that. So subscribe already and click on the bell button. That is what is going to notify you of updates and interesting gists like this one when we have them for your viewing pleasure.
Hey guys, let's talk about Oriyomi Hamzat. Let's talk about Agbala Gabriel and Muideen in this video. So all of this situation occurred in Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. And if you're not aware, let me just give you a brief introduction of the story. So Muideen was or is a phone charger, and it was one of these very unkept persons that were roaming the street of Ibadan. Then Agbala Gabriel, who is a philanthropist and a pastor or prophet who helps people and whatnot, saw him and decided to help him. That's on the streets of Ibadan in Oyo State, and he took him to his church. He became a member of the church. They brushed him up basically and built a house for him in the premises of the church. Do you understand? In fact, Agbala Gabriel even went further by marrying him a wife. So somebody got married to him also in that church. Right? Now what happened is Muideen is the name of the man that was helped, and Agbala Gabriel, they were the ones that had the issue. Now Oriyomi Hamzat had to come in now to help them iron out their issue. What happened? Muideen now started saying that Agbala Gabriel was not taking care of him well, that they were inflicting injuries on him, they were beating him, he was calmed, he had no freedom and whatnot. And Agbala Gabriel is like, what I just asked of you is you have to stop betting, because you used to play all these Baba Ijebu bets, local bets and whatnot, hoping to win money, and you have to stop drinking, because those were the major problems. And Muideen trended then because it was the guy, I don't know if you recall that video of a guy that someone was talking to, that they were inviting him to a church, and he was like, oh, will your Christ accept me the way I am? I drink alcohol, I play bets, are you sure your God is going to accept me? I can't follow you to your church looking like this. He was looking really dirty, for lack of a better word. Yes, that was the video of Muideen, and the person in the car that was inviting him to the church was Agbala Gabriel, and they exchanged numbers then. That was how the story started. Now they tuitioned him up, helped his life and whatnot. But Muideen now said that his wife was always reporting him to Agbala Gabriel. Whatever thing happens in the house, she goes to Agbala Gabriel, and Agbala Gabriel will not hear from him, because he said they already had the mindset that it was a terrible person. And he said his wife also had that mindset. Like, he described it when he was talking to Oriyomi Hamzat. He was like, when someone has stolen and they've caught the person, regardless of how changed that person is, when they come around, it will take a lot of grace for you to not want to hide your stuff. Do you understand? That kind of thing. Like, yeah, that is what he thinks, because he had not taken alcohol since that day. He had not betted. He had not made any bets since he was what's the word now? Since he was rescued, for lack of a better word, by Agbala Gabriel. But that the house they have built for him in that compound was not okay for him, because he could not go anywhere. He had no freedom. If he should step out, they will ask him, where are you going? Is your wife aware that you are going somewhere? And that the key to his shop, because he had a shop where he sells phone chargers and whatnot, that the key to his church, to his shop, the pastor got it, collected it from him, gave it to his wife. That so if he needed anything, he had to go to the wife. That he injured his knees, he couldn't work for a while, it was swollen and whatnot, and he would have to be begging people around for 500 naira to buy bread, or to buy 1,000 naira to buy drugs, just so he would, because he would tell his wife that, okay, so I need money for drugs, and the woman would be like, oh, don't worry, maybe when I sell, because I have some 15,000 naira now, I want to use it to buy products in the shop, so maybe when I sell, I will give you. And that he would think about him within himself, like, okay, so he can't give me 1,000 out of the 15,000 naira, so I will not die. That he would have to resort to begging people and things like that. Now it now says that the thing that made matter was that this man would beat him. Yeah, that Agbala Gabriel would beat him, and Agbala Gabriel was the first up and said yes, that he used to beat him because he knows to listen. I'm like, no, you have no right to beat a man, like a grown adult. somebody that is married for that matter. Like, what could his offense be? Said of the time that, or his wife, it was in the house, but he claimed that Muideen said he was asleep. He didn't know they were knocking, but that his wife was knocking for a while, and it was after he woke up, and then he was in the bathroom that that someone was walking past and heard him bathing. That the person was like, oh, okay, what's going on? You are in the house, you've been knocking. And that was when he went to open the door, and I was like, you can see water in my head and water on my body. I did not know anybody was knocking. I was fast asleep. I had not eaten all day. I had to go beg for bread and peanuts to eat, and then I slept off afterwards, and I am just now waking up. But that they didn't listen to him. They were just beating him, saying he intentionally did not want to open the door for his wife. And he said he's just tired of all of those things. He just wants his freedom. He just wants to return. And Agbala Gabriel is like, we can't be certain that you're going to return properly. Do you understand? We're not certain that you're going to return and live a more civil lifestyle. And it's like, people should not worry. He was like, people should not worry. He just wanted independence, and he wanted a life where he would be in charge of things concerning him. Muideen's actual name is Ogumiloro Kenny Samson, and Agbala Gabriel, his name is actually not Agbala Gabriel in any way, shape or form. Yeah, that's not his name in any way. Agbala Gabriel's name is actually Amuson something. He's not what would you call it? He's not Agbala Gabriel. He said he got his name Agbala Gabriel thanks to his grandmother, that he was in his grandmother's vineyard, that there had been a calling on his life and whatnot, and he was in his grandmother's vineyard for about 5 years now. That he was there for a while, and that was where he got the grandmother named him that. And then when he started making money and whatnot, when he built that place, he just named it Agbala Gabriel, and that's what happened. That is basically just all that happened. And people are saying Agbala Gabriel shouldn't have beaten him. And Agbala Gabriel has tendered apologies to Muideen, and he said that he really regrets laying his hands on that man, that he's sorry that he did that, and hopefully none of that will happen any time again. Now Muideen has shown appreciation for Agbala Gabriel for coming to his aid when he needed somebody to help him, but that there is nothing that is sweeter than freedom. And people are like, okay, what about your wife? And people are saying the wife is just a wife, that is just a wife of convenience, that she's just a wife of convenience, that she saw that they tuition him up and that they built a house for him, so they've been looking for him, they've been searching for him. That because they saw that they are tuitioning him up and that they had built a house for him, she felt like, okay, that's good, but she did not look at it that Muideen might want freedom or something like that. And what happened was Muideen actually ran away when he said he wanted freedom. Before they did it all coming together and Oluyomi Hamzat had to be involved, they said that they had been looking for him, right? Because according to him, he said he ran away from the premises of the church and the house they had built for him because he was just tired of being beaten every day, not eating properly, his life and everything in the hands of a woman and of a pastor, that he didn't want that. So he ran away from home, and then people now saw his video hawking and helping people carry stuff in the market, and that was the video people training like, okay, so what's happening? Because the last thing we know was Muideen was with Agbala Gabriel and was doing fine. So when people saw that, they're like, what happened to Mr. Muideen? No, we don't understand. Then that was when the wife now came out to say, oh, we've been looking for my husband for 3 days. We've been looking for him for 3 days. He ran away, took my phone with him. And he said, yes, indeed, he took his wife's phone, because it was like, if this wife, if the phone should be with her, they'll be able to trace him. That when he was even on bike and trying to run, people were asking him, where are you going? He said, my wife sent me something. But that because he's with the woman's phone, they could not call to confirm. So they were just letting him pass, because of course they would not say he should not go. Anyways, that's the summary of the story. And then Oluyomi Hamzat, that was when they now brought him back, when they saw him in the market, Bodija market in Ibadan, your state. That was when they now went to take him and bring him back and said, okay, so what exactly is going on? That was when he now said he wanted his freedom. He did not want to be there anymore. He wanted to do better things with himself, and they released him. The wife now, she did not want to leave Agbala Gabriel's premises, the church premises. She was like, she wants to stay. And we're like, no, you can't stay here. Go and meet your husband. They've handed over the house document, the documents of the house. They handed it over to Muideen. Like, so it's your husband. Go and meet him. You cannot stay here. He might come here much later, maybe to greet the pastor or something. But for now, you have to follow this man out, and whatever becomes of you, cheers. And the woman was crying, say, I don't want to follow him. Please, 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 you guys should help me to talk to him. Let's all stay here. And like, Muideen just wants to sell this house. And so if he sells it, whatever becomes of it and of him and of you, cheers, guys. So I guess that's it. We've come to the end of the story of Muideen, Agbala, Gabriel. But all of this they were reconciled by Oriyomi Hamzat. Oriyomi Hamzat had to call both parties to say, come and say what is going on. Let's find a way to not escalate this and solve it, because Agbala Gabriel is such a respectable person in the society, a philanthropist who has done a lot of good works, and it's not going to be fair for Muideen's story to now be the one that will mar all of his good works and like, oh, this man maltreats anybody he helps, that kind of story. So yeah, that's where we are at currently. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will be seeing you in the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves, guys, and bye.